Hi guys, welcome back to the Sicilian Revival. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two league games against Genoa, first and foremost at home, and we follow it up with a away game against Bologna. Since you were last with us, as you can see, our form has continued to be pretty poor, and morale is now starting to be affected. Unfortunately, we can't get any new players through the door. We are completely out of money. And considering where we were at the start of the transfer window, we were just below that mid-table point. It's very tightly congested still in that area. Um, we didn't get offered any more money, and as such, we've not been able to bring any players in. And I dare say that that will continue. There's one or two players that do want to leave. A couple of players have calmed down a little bit with their unhappiness. But going into these two games, we need points on the board. It's getting a little bit desperate now and we sit 16th place in the league table. We have got a game in hand on the teams behind us, and our goal difference is considerably better than Perugia. However, Bologna, who are in that bottom three we play in the second half of the episode, is a huge, huge game for us. We need a little bit of luck, but we need to get some points in today's episode. We need at least 3 points from these two games. Any more than that, fantastic. Less than that, we are starting to worry. The points to games ratio is now against us. We've got 18 points from our 21 games. 2 wins today would see that reversed with 24 points to 23 matches. So that's what we need today. It is unlikely that we'll get it. Tactically, we haven't changed. I have tried one or two little bits and pieces. It hasn't really worked. And I think the youthfulness of the side is going against us a little bit, unfortunately. But Scarlett Camden, we have managed to offer him a new contract. Hopefully, that will go through very, very soon. And Thomas Burdick has also signed a new deal. Bettini has withdrawn his unhappiness. Um, so at the moment, it's just Jonas Harder that has withdrawn his unhappy that is unhappy now. Mayenda, we're still looking at offloading out on loan. We may try and sell him. In all honesty, we did get him on a free transfer. He's not really done an awful lot, if truth be told. So we will try and sell him. One thing that has happened in our favour, though, we have managed to bring in a couple of players for next season. As you can see, morale is quite a bit poor at the moment. But in terms of players for next season, we've brought in two players. One is a winger, so we are potentially looking at making a change up next season. Nestore Irankunda has come in from Bayern Munich's second team. He's an Australian international, 5 goals from 19 caps, so he's experienced in that manner. And he's a decent set piece taker, first and foremost, which is something that we need. He's a very exciting player, plenty of flair. Work rate's a bit questionable, but he has got good technique. But look at his physicals; he is rapid, and hopefully that is something that we can make use of. He'll end up being probably the best. Well, he'll be the only left winger that we have at the club. He's going to come in on a lot of money, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And the other one is Tony Clark, who we've agreed to bring in from Burton Albion, and he's 6'1", good jumping reach, very good fitness, not the quickest, but he's a good finisher, very determined character with good off the ball movement as well. Again, really good option for us. And if we do sell Mayenda, he will be an ideal replacement, if truth be told. So going into these two games anyway, we do need to sort out a little bit. What I'll do, I mean, club atmosphere is poor. Managerial support continues to be excellent, and team cohesion is good. We will just have I was going to do a team meeting just to try and big up morale a little bit because form is going straight out the door at the moment. We are going to rotate the players around a little bit. Camden is back in that starting lineup with Burdick and Banzuzi in behind bar. And other than that, it is the usual defensive setup as well. I have thought about changing it up properly and changing formation and everything, but I think it is literally just we haven't got the experience at this level and we do lack that quality. If we do get relegated, though, we've got a young squad. If they stay, which is the big thing, if they do stay at the club, then potentially we could find a way to come straight back up. And obviously, it's another year of experience. Um, This is the big one for me. Bologna's a huge match for us. We've had one draw in our last 5 games. The rest of them have been defeats. If we can win at home today, against Genoa, I feel that it'll turn a corner. Some of the games recently we've played quite well as well. Um, Brianza, we were the better team, but again, we just couldn't find the back of the net, and it's been a little bit frustrating at times. But you can tell that with morale being so low, that we are just really struggling, and that is a good effort there from Genoa to get ahead. But luckily, from our point of view, it goes wide. Genoa certainly the better team so far. Again, by far the more creative. We're going to demand more straight away here because we are getting absolutely battered despite a lot of possession. Got a free kick in a dangerous area. Hopefully we can hit the target. But again, in terms of set piece takers, we are quite limited. And it's going to be Pascali Camden to take this set piece. And he whips it in. It's a great effort. And it's a phenomenal bit of goalkeeping, I think, from Lele to touch it onto the crossbar. And we've got very unlucky there. It was a fantastic effort from Pascali Camden. But again, for the level we're at now, we're just missing that out-and-out goal scorer. We've done quite well. Like Banzuzi's chipped in with a few goals, and Mamadou Ba has scored 8 goals, I think, so far this season. And Almog's in behind. It's a good save from Brazil, and we're working very hard just to keep Genoa out here. Considering the size of the ground, we can only have a max capacity of 12,000. I'm not entirely sure why that is. But because of our poor run of form, we have started to not max out the ground either for the home game. So, unfortunately, we are struggling all round a little bit. Apart from financially, for once, we're looking quite good in that manner. And Mamadou Ba, that's a massive chance. And again, because we've not got a lot of confidence, that's the kind of chances we need to be converting. It was very well worked to get it forward, but unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Bettini's going to come on for Hiralainen, who's twisted his knee. We don't want to risk anything in relation to injuries. We've actually got a fully fit squad at the moment, touch wood, so hopefully that will continue as well. We'll let the lads know that we're not too happy with the performance, but to be fair, it's not been too bad. If we can hold on to this, I'll take a point. I will straight up say we will take a point, considering the run that we're on at the moment. Any point is vital, and with just a 3-point gap to that bottom 3 now, we are looking a little bit dangerous for that relegation battle. And Genoa here, just after the hour mark, just looking to build with Mbemba into Frendrup, and now Palencia coming down this right-hand side. Chance to get it into the penalty area, and Almog picks it up. Back to Palencia again. I'm hoping they don't manage to break that defensive line. It's a good delivery. Retegui's there, and we've not challenged for the header, and it's poor. I think confidence is just so low. We're just not finding any way of counteracting this slump that we find ourselves in. But again, Genoa have been the better side today. And again, we're going to demand more from the team. But I just don't think we've got enough quality. And it's showing, unfortunately, now. We did really well. I mean, we got 10 points from our first 4 games. But in the following 16 games, we've only got 8 points. And, you know, we are getting to that point where it's a little bit of panic stations. Bar rating a 6.2 today. He's been poor. And to be quite honest, the attacking midfield in behind have also had bad games today. Isaac Torres on a yellow card. We don't really want to risk that either, so we'll get Carstens on for him. And Colin Seiko struggling for fitness, but he's been our best performer today, arguably. Capecci, and we'll probably leave it at that for now. We'll just maintain a little bit. If we lose Hiralainen and Sacco in that midfield, we do look a lot weaker. And it's a good interception there from Capecci, and now Mlakar, who of course has finally scored for the club following that cup tie against Spezia. Again, we're just lacking that little bit of quality there in the final third. Just to finish things off, Donati into Bettini, lays it back to Fastin. Little spell of possession, it's reasonably positive. Can we find a way to get a goal here? Bettini into Colisacco, and now Reina, the left back, into the penalty area, drives it across, and there is the goal. It's Pascali Camden's first of the season. I'm praying he stayed on side. We've had a little bit of lack of luck in relation to offsides in recent games, but the goal has been awarded, and that is a huge moment for him. It's his first goal in Serie A. And in relation to his unhappiness, of course, if he does sign this contract that we've offered him now, incidentally, the contract we've offered him was for about 10 grand a week less than what he wanted previously, and he's accepted it. So I'm hoping it all gets signed and sealed very, very quickly. But we are level here, and we will offer some encouragement here going into these last few minutes. This could be a huge last 10 minutes for us. Sacco into Burdick. Can I get into Ponce? Capecci, it's 2-1. That's a massive, massive goal again. Capecci's second goal of the season, the first of which came not that long ago, if I remember rightly. But we have a 2-1 lead now at home, and it's another big, big goal for us. This could be a turning point. It really could. One win could change everything, and we thought that, to be fair, earlier in the season. We played Frosinone and managed to win by 3-2. We have been unlucky in a couple of games. We deserve to be beaten today in relation to number of chances, but we've gone out there and hopefully got the win. We're into the last minute. The ball comes in. We managed to clear briefly. Maturo into Frendrup, gets the strike away, and it's over the crossbar. And we do survive there. The goalkeeper came up for that one, incidentally. But we have managed to finally break that run. 3 points on the board. Capecci coming on, being very instrumental there. Absolutely fantastic result for us. And we come away with the 3 points. That is a huge, huge win in the context of our campaign so far. And it opens the gap to that bottom three to 6 points now. Big relief all round. We've finally broken that dog. And now we go into an away game against Bologna, who are in the relegation zone. This is another big, big game. We are away for that one. But after 7 games without a win, we will hopefully start to just turn that corner a little bit. Camden, there it is. He signed a new 4-year contract. He wanted a relegation release clause as well, I might add, at one point. We have managed to remove that. And in relation to the squad now, he is no longer unhappy, and that is massive for us. He's been such a good player for us, if truth be told. Is he of quality for Serie A? Potentially not, if truth be told. We can get better players in, but we need the money to do that. And yes, with offering all these contracts out at the moment, we are struggling financially again. But overall, financially, the club is looking excellent. Because we're maxing out stadium attendances, we've increased everything as well. We're on a 5.5 million bank balance now, which is absolutely phenomenal because, I mean, you saw how bad we were 1 or 2 seasons ago. In terms of the actual debts and loans, we have no net debt. We have a tiny bit of transfer debt. But other than that, we are looking very, very good financially. So we've got the game against Bologna coming up. Again, a huge relegation 6-pointer there. Bear with me. We'll come back for that one, and hopefully we can start to just build a tiny bit of momentum to drag ourselves away from that bottom three. Okay, guys, here we go. It's the game away against Bologna. One bit of team news. Brazil and, well, 2 bits, should I say. Torre's got a bit of an illness, so he will miss out today. Brazil is going to be out for around 7 weeks. He's ended up with a bit of a heavy injury. So an opportunity now for Nunziante to establish himself in the squad. He's played 1 game this season, and he was quite poor. But he's still young. He's an under-21 international, and he's certainly capable. Can he break into the team and do a good job for us? That is what we need from him. Hopefully, he will do so. Brazil's a big miss. He's our captain as well, of course. But going into this game, I mean, Bologna are bottom of the table, and they've got the likes of Grimeland, of course, in their squad. He is someone I really want back. If truth be told, I still miss having him in the squad. But if we can get a result here today, it would really stand us in good stead, I think. Having 2 wins on the bounce is something that we've not had since the first couple of games of the season. But being away from home, I'm not feeling too confident, if truth be told. They have just changed their manager as well, Bologna, but so far it hasn't stopped their slide down the table. But Xerxes is in, and that's a well-worked goal. Very frustrating, but immediately we concede here, and obviously we've lost Toure today as well in at centre back as well as our keeper. So two big options that we have in that back five are missing in action. I just hope it doesn't affect us too much, but conceding that early goal isn't ideal. And at the moment, they're finding a lot of space. And Carlson down to that left hand side for Calafiore, who comes down, continuing his run, and we're not putting a challenge in, and we've just allowed him to get the crossing, and Van Persie has made it 2-0, and we're immediately going to berate the team. Just because we've won one game doesn't mean we can just go lazy with everything. But at the moment, it would appear that the players feel that that is acceptable. And at 2-0, we need to get back into this game. And Coliseo there with his first goal of the season. Donati swinging in the set piece from the left-hand side. It was a well-worked set piece. Luckily, we've got back into the game quite early, but that slow start isn't ideal. We've only scored 3 goals in 2-3 games this season, if that. And we find ourselves having to do it today at a minimum requirement to get a result here. And Donati here with another set piece, swings it toward that far post, and it's towards Sacco and Hiralainen, and unfortunately the header loops over and wide, and Chavlina untested. Bologna, of course, will have a lot of confidence after that start that they've had. 2 goals in the opening 15 minutes for them. Can we get back into it? We do seem to have got a bit of a foothold in the game now, and we do seem to be trying to build, but Donati loses possession there, and Carlson looking to counter-attack. Good tackle from Hiralainen, but again, the second ball is what we're struggling with. Calafiore finds Carlson, who strikes from distance and is over the bar. Not the best of efforts, but it remains 2-1 in what's been quite an even game, but for once we're not actually doing well in terms of possession either, and we need a better display in the second half. We need to really put them under some pressure here as Coliseo just picks it up straight from kickoff. It's rare we get a highlight straight from kickoff. Can it go in our favour? Van Persie intercepts, plays it inside to Bequema, who loses out to Banzuzi. He's got support arriving. Is it going to come quick enough? It's a good effort, and it kills just wide. Big opportunity there. We've got to be hitting the target with those chances. And I said it in the last game, we got away with it and we got the win. But we need to convert these chances. We were converting them last season. Unfortunately, the step up does seem to have hampered us quite considerably as Coliseo charges into the penalty area, and again, the shot goes wide. Again, just hitting the target. Give yourself a 50-50 chance. But again, quite a way off target, unfortunately. Van Persie into Kachi. Suleimana back to Van Persie, and he's hit the target. What did I just say? He's hit the target from a ridiculous angle. Nunziante couldn't get there, and I feel that that's going to be that. 3-1, and I don't know why VAR got involved with that. It seemed perfectly acceptable to me. And again, we're going to berate the team because it's been poor again. And Aiden, I mean, it's a good effort from Aiden, but why are we giving him that much space on the edge of the penalty area? Again, absolutely poor. And I'm starting to wonder about Mamadou Ba. 6.3 again. His ratings this season have been absolutely shocking. We're going to bring him off from Mlakar. And to be fair, Carstens has had a shocking game at centre-back today as well. We'll get de Klerk on for him. I mean, saying that, Rayner has been poor as well today. We'll get Ulrich Schiel on for him and give him a chance in at centre-back. He's come back from his loan spell. He doesn't look too bad. Yes, he's not the quickest, but hopefully he can come in and do a job for us in there today. And Verdict's on a yellow card. So we'll get Capecci on for him. And we'll also get Higor on for Banzuzi. I don't think we're going to get back into this, to be honest, at 3-1. I think the game is pretty much done. We're going to demand more. Just try and get something out of the team. Because, again, a lacklustre performance. And this is against the team bottom of the league. They've not been in good form either. But 2 goals for Van Persie and 1 for Xerxes. Seiko did give us a chance after pulling 1 back early in the second half, but it's just not happened again for us. We're lacking the quality. we've got 3 points out of today's episode at least. I was hoping we'd turn a corner with it, but unfortunately, it's not looking too promising, is it? We need to find some level of consistency in our performances. Bologna up to 17 points now. We still have a 5 point gap to that bottom three, so we're not looking completely in danger just yet. But we need to start winning a little bit more regularly and find a way to get through it. In terms of the next episode, we're probably, we're going to get through February, if truth be told. I mean, look at those games in February. They are absolutely hideous, aren't they? We've already had Lazio in an episode and Inter Milan, but we'll probably come back. Probably Calgary and Lazio. I think that's a fair place to come back. I'm not expecting anything in our next 4 matches. So hopefully we can still be out of the bottom three in the meantime. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.